to Cooking with Frankie Meatball. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. What I'm going to make for you, it doesn't have to be for Thanksgiving. You always can make stuffing for any kind of bird. But today we're going to make some sausage stuffing for your turkey.
Hey, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Johnny E. from Philly Rock Radio.
And you're about to get cooking
with Frankie Meatball.
I'm Frankie Meatball with the YouTube cooking show. I'm Frankie Meatball of the cooking show with you. I'm Frankie Meatball every Wednesday, a new show. I said it, you heard it, it is fun.
To start with, you're going to need 3 stalks of celery. Make sure you clean them up. We're going to dice them up. So I cut them in half and then cut the halves in half. Pretty much, I'm going to chop them in quarters. Okay, make a nice little sticks. It's easier to dice, you know? Thanksgiving, guys, eh? One of my favorite holidays. 2 reasons. Because I do 2 things that I love to do. Cook and eat. You know what I'm saying? Email me your family tradition for the holidays. And give me the recipe. I'll do it. And I'll give you a shout out. Alright, guys? Don't forget to email me, alright? So I'm going to get a little bit at a time and just dice. Nicey, dicey. All right, we're finishing up the celery right now. Bring it over. All right, then we're just going to run your knife through it just for good measure, right? 2 small onions on 1 nice size onion, okay? So you guys know how to chop this up. You want to dice it nicey, dicey. So you know how to do this, right? You put your lines in. Don't go too far back, okay? You don't want to go too far back. You want to keep everything together, right? And then slice it through the middle. Now slicey dicey, look at that, boom, boom. You got all your onions chopped, and you're crying along the way, right? Just bring it back over and just run your knife. Well, you don't want that in there. Oh, well, I'll get it up later. So, just run your knife through, you know, just for good measure. Man, I'm telling you, I'm going to go put it back here because I can't take it. I'm going to put it back here. I'll be right back, guys. 4 nice-sized cloves of garlic. Those onions, let me tell you, I'm still crying over spilt milk over here. Right? Get your bench scraper, whatever you want. Boom, 1, right? Boom, 4. Forget about it. I love this thing. It's the best way to do garlic. I'm telling you, the skin comes right off, guys. You get that garlic, put it in a nice bunch. Grab your knife and just run your knife through it, get it nicey dicey, yes? Now we're moving on to the fresh herbs. It's gotta be fresh. How do you know if it's fresh? Oh, you should have heard what he said about shit. That's right, guys, if it's talking back, it's fresh enough. So make sure your ingredients talk back to you. A tablespoon of fresh chopped sage. Just like the basil, we're gonna lay it on top of each other, nicey, dicey. We're just gonna keep them because it's not big enough to roll. So then what we're gonna do is just run your knife through them, nicey dicey, see? Nicey. Now with the rosemary, we want the same thing, a tablespoon chopped. If you want to take the whole thing off with the rosemary, look, have it like this. All right, see the stem? With the other fingers, boom, you pull it right off. Now parsley, you want a 1/4 cup of parsley. Get this, we're gonna bunch it all together. All right, we got it together. Then we're just gonna chop. Watch your fingers, guys, Watch your fingers. Guys, it's easier if you get the stuffing already in the bag. It's gotta be the fresh bread and unseasoned, okay? The fresh bread, it's nice, it's soft, it's not hard. Okay, you need 8 cups. Okay, that's 8 cups. See, it's very nice, it's soft. All right, guys, what you could just use 2 3/4 cups of chicken broth. But I like mixing it up. Use low sodium because it's very salty. You don't want your stuff over salted, you know? Anyway, I use a little bit of each. You can use all chicken broth if you want, but I use a little beef, a little chicken, okay? Because I feel the beef gets in there and gives you a little, you know, gives you that extra punch you need sometimes, right? I'm going to shake it up now, all right? Make sure you shake it. Not shake it, you shake it this. Do a 1/4 cup of beef. All right? And then I'm gonna do the rest chicken. You got the pan heating up, get it nice and hot. 1 stick of butter, onions, and your celery. We're just gonna drop that in there like that. Mix it up with the butter. We're gonna cook these onions and celery until they're nice and soft. The onions translucent. We want the veggies, you know, nice and soft. The onions and celery are just about done. Now we're gonna throw in our garlic. We do that because we don't want it to burn, you know? So we throw in our garlic, and we're going to do a teaspoon of the Zarlingo seasoning. Mix it up. We're going to cook the garlic for maybe about 2 minutes. Dump this right on top of your bread. Make sure you get all the vegetables out of here because you are going to use the same frying pan to cook the sausage. And if you don't get everything out, it's just gonna burn. You don't want nothing burnt. You dump your sausage in there, and then with your rubber spatula, just break it up. So I'm gonna just break it apart like this. All right. See how it's starting to cook? And you break it up, it comes apart nice and nice. Sausage is done. What you do? Shut your flame off. Dump that right in. Right? Dump that right in. After you dump that in, right quick, just get that up, and I got a little bit of broth in there. I'm just dumping in. You want to get all that flavor out. Boom. Pretty much, we're almost at the finish line. All we gotta do is throw it together, throw it in the oven for about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. So, what you're gonna do is grab your broth. Whoops, made a mess. Pour it in. Boom. Grab your sage, your rosemary, and your parsley. Throw that in. Now you want to scramble the egg before you throw it in. I just beat it a little bit. Now you got your 1 scrambled egg, half a teaspoon kosher salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper. Get your hands dirty. But down to the bottom, look at that. Pull it around. Oh yeah. Look at that. You want to make sure you get all that bread soaked up. You want to get yourself a 9x13 pan. You want to grease it up. If you don't have it, use whatever you got lying around, all right? So we're going to grease it nicey. We're just going to dump this goodness right inside. Oh yeah, make sure you get all that. Don't leave any of that behind, okay? Let's get all that in there. Make sure you get all that in there, all right? Don't push it down, guys. Just, you know, get it over to the sides, all right? So hopefully you got your oven at 350, all right? Because if not, now you gotta wait. So I'm gonna put this in the oven for about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. Keep your eyes on it. You know, you're not gonna cover it. You're just gonna throw it in as is. It's gonna get nicey brown on top. Let me go shut my mouth and throw this in the oven. Guys, I'll see you back when it's time to serve. Oh, look at that, guys. Just in time for Thanksgiving. If I'm a little late, I do apologize, but you can try this with your chicken. And if you eat turkey more than one time a year, maybe you do it for Christmas or anything. It's a holiday bird. This is the first time I put that Zarlingos in it, and boom, kicked it up to the next level, guys. I'm telling you, let me taste. Again, I can't get enough. That Zarlingos kicks it up to the next level. Check them out. Link in the description. Boom. I'm telling you guys, and with that being said, if you like what you saw, hit like and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on that bell notification button so you get notified every time I drop a new video. And check us out on Facebook. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. Guys, and my guy, PhillyRockRadio.com. They play everything from the 4,000 to the baby and mothers arrive. Guys, with that being said, I can't take it anymore. I gotta get more of this stuff in my belly. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Until next time. Forget about it, huh? It's a Frankie Meatball production.